Feudal Japan has long since been the most highly requested setting for Assassin's Creed. For a series that focuses on history and stealth, Feudal Japan is the perfect era to let those elements shine. Assassin's Creed Shadows is the newest title in Ubisoft's history-spanning flagship series, and thanks to Ubisoft ANZ, I had the opportunity to get a hands-on preview of the upcoming title. In this video, I'm going to go over my thoughts and feelings when it comes to three main elements of Assassin's Creed Shadows: world, gameplay, and character. A few disclaimers before we jump in. First, the build that I played was a work in progress and isn't entirely representative of the final game. Secondly, this video features both B-roll and recorded gameplay, and for transparency purposes, I'll mark them accordingly. Thirdly, all opinions in this video are my own. With that cleared up, let's get into it. World. The world of Assassin's Creed Shadows is dense and rich. That should come as no surprise from Ubisoft Quebec, the studio that gave us the gorgeous urban environments of Syndicate and the expansive open world of Odyssey. Lush forests, rushing rivers, tranquil shrines, and bustling towns are all environments that you can explore, and exploration is a core aspect of the way that you experience the world of Shadows. The world map starts blank, and in order to fill it in, you have to do some good old-fashioned exploring. I think this is a great update from the viewpoint reveals seen in previous titles. As someone who loves exploration in video games, I loved wandering through the varied landscapes of the Harima region, climbing up a viewpoint and then tagging an objective, leaping down and then heading towards it to fill in my map. This approach to exploration feels less handholdy than previous titles and allows for a deeper sense of immersion. From a graphical standpoint, Shadows is stunning. Running on the upgraded Ubisoft Anvil engine, Shadows has dynamic lighting and an ever-changing weather system that gives life to the digital environment. There is always something happening. That liveliness not only makes for an engaging setting, but thematically ties into the tumultuous time that the game is set in. Gameplay. For the most part, Assassin's Creed Shadows plays like the other open-world titles with elements of the linear titles sprinkled in. This is not a bad thing. The new combat mechanics and upgrades to stealth and navigation add a freshness to the title and present unique ways to play. Unfortunately, parkour is not as smooth as it was in previous titles. It has certainly been upgraded since Odyssey and Valhalla, but don't expect Unity levels of parkour. Parkour is fun and it's a great way to navigate the world, but in the section that I played, I didn't feel much of a gameplay connection to it. A definite highlight of parkour, however, is how Naoe and Yasuke approach it. Naoe is a nimble shinobi who scales buildings and ledges with ease and is graceful in her dismount. Yasuke, on the other hand, is an absolute unit of a samurai whose strength does not lie in climbing trees. I love this creative choice that not only adds a uniqueness to gameplay, but also an element to the characters' personalities. The gameplay blends seamlessly with the combat that plays like a greatest hits of the RPG titles. If you like to be a sneaky assassin, you'll get that with Naoe and her gameplay, sticking to the shadows and waiting for the perfect time to strike. On the other hand, if you like playing the heavy combat route, Yasuke is your guy. He is a heavy hitter whose moves have a weight to them. No matter who you play as, the gameplay is engaging with interesting ways to take on targets and a multitude of unique activities throughout the world. Character. One of the aspects of Assassin's Creed Shadows that I was the most excited for was its dual protagonist system. I love this system in Syndicate and I was excited to see its return in this title. In Shadows, we play as dual protagonists Naoe and Yasuke, a shinobi samurai duo at the heart of our story. Naoe is our shinobi character. She is sneaky, agile, and good with a hidden blade. Yasuke is our samurai. He's an absolute force to be reckoned with and the level-headed one of our duo. I can't speak about the prologue of this game, but let me just say that these two characters are brilliantly set up in the opening sequence, and it is going to be so interesting to follow along their story in this game. In the opening of this section, I mentioned Syndicate, the other game in the series with the dual protagonist system. I had a lot of questions from people asking how Naoe and Yasuke compared to Jacob and Evie. In comparison to the Fry twins, Naue and Yasuke are way more distinct from one another in terms of combat. Naue is built for stealth, and her agility makes for quick and snappy combat. Yasuke, on the other hand, is an absolute tank and can smash through enemies with ease. I love the difference and similarities between these two characters, and I am excited to see their dynamic in the full game, as well as how their stories play out. Overall, even though the preview I played was short, I thoroughly enjoyed my time with the game. The gameplay is enjoyable and engaging with different combat styles and exploration mechanics. The world is beautiful with a dynamic atmosphere that pulls you into the world of feudal Japan. There is a sense of mystery to the world that pulls you in and encourages you to explore it. Naue and Yasuke are both a delight to play, and the unique designs and combat contribute to the overall experience in a positive way. Assassin's Creed Shadows blends elements of the classic games like stealth and mystery with the open-world grandeur and intricate gear system of the newer RPG titles. It expands on the mechanics seen in previous entries, as well as implementing new ones that add a freshness to the franchise. I'm excited to see and to play more when the full game launches. Oh, and one more thing, you can pet the cats.